2 days ago, I asked you a question. A landlord inherits a house. He goes online and he asks the internet, should I sell it or should I rent it out? 620 people answered, split between sell it and rent it. And not one of those 620 people mentioned the third door. Today I'm going to show you what it is. But first, I have to tell you how I found it. Because I didn't find it in a book. I found it the hard way. There was a stretch where I owned a rental in a city that I didn't live in, run by a management company that I'd never met, and at the end of every month, I was cash negative. Yes, negative. I owned the thing. I was responsible for every problem it had, and it was taking money out of my pocket. And the part nobody warns you about is how lonely that feels. Because on paper, you're an investor. You're supposed to be winning. And instead, you're refreshing your account, wondering where did the rent go? And I want to be honest with you, because honesty is the only thing worth your time. I'm still a landlord today. I didn't sell everything and ride off into the sunset. So this isn't a video where I tell you I quit it all. It's a video where I tell you what actually went wrong, what actually fixed it, and the door I wish somebody had shown me 10 years sooner. Here's what went wrong. And it wasn't really the tenants. I had an agent for that. The problem was the agent managing my property was paid almost nothing to do it. So to them, my house wasn't my life savings. It was one line item out of 300. There was no relationship. There was me, there was the tenant, and there was an agent in the middle who had no reason to care. And you could feel that gap in everything. Then their company restructured. And the one person who sort of knew my property was gone. And I was a folder handed to somebody new who knew nothing. My investment was being shaped by somebody else's org chart. And underneath all of this, the repairs never stopped. They still don't. The roof is going to go. The air conditioning is a replacement waiting to happen. The water heater always dies in January. When you own the building, you own every problem that the building will ever have. Forever. That's not a bug. It is being a landlord. That is a job. So I tried the other thing everyone points to. I went into syndications, where you pool your money with other investors and an operator runs the deal. And you're supposed to be hands off. And some of them were genuinely good. Good operators, real distributions, money showing up while I did nothing. That part was real. But in a syndication, you hand over all the control. You're trusting someone else completely. And one of them scammed us. We lost money to a person who looked the part and it wasn't. Even the good ones left me with this strange feeling where the money was fine, but I had to say no visibility and no steering wheel. I had traded the headache of control for the helplessness of no control. So look at the two doors everyone is told about. Door 1, you own the property yourself, and you get total control and a total burden. Every repair, every vacancy, every agent who doesn't call you back. Door 2, you go fully passive in someone else's deal, and you get freedom, but you give up the wheel. And you better pray and pick the honest operator. Burden or blind trust? Most people believe those are the only two doors, and they are wrong. Here's what started to fix the rental side for me. First, because it taught me a lesson. We partnered with another investor who self-manages, somebody who have actually skin in the game, not a folder with 300 other properties. Though almost overnight, the noise went away. The vacancies, the tenant churn, the agent who restructured out of my life, and the feeling that my money was at the mercy of someone's bad month. Gone. Now, the roof is still going to go. We did not make the building immortal, but owning it with a real relationship behind it, instead of at the mercy of a stranger, is night and day. And that taught me the thing this whole channel is built on. The pain in real estate almost never comes from real estate. It comes from owning the wrong layer of it. So I started asking a different question. What if I didn't have to own the building at all, but I can earn from it? What if I could own the loan instead of the house? And that is the third door. Let me show you exactly what it means. Because this is the whole thing. Every house with a mortgage has two sides. There's the borrower who makes the payment, and there's the lender who collects it. You have spent your entire life on the borrower side. You pay the bank. But somebody owns the loan, and every month that homeowner sends a payment to whoever owns it. Usually that's a bank. It does not have to be. A regular person can buy that loan and step into the lender's seat. The homeowner keeps paying on time because it's the house they live in and they do not want to lose it. Except now the payment comes to you. You become the bank. You own the debt. And the house backs your money and you never fix a single toilet again. Let me put real numbers on it so it's not just abstract. Picture a homeowner who took out an $85,000 loan 3 years ago at 8%, paying about $623 a month, with roughly $82,000 still owned. That note becomes up for sale, and because the seller wants their cash now, they let it go for around $74,000. You buy it at $74,000. The homeowner doesn't even notice. They just keep sending the $623 every month to a new address. But because you paid less than what's owed, your return on that $65,000 isn't 8%. It works out closer to 9.5%. Now I want to be careful and clear. That is just an example, not a promise. And your real numbers depends entirely on the deal and your own due diligence. But the principle is the whole game. You bought that income at a discount and it's secured by a first lien position on a real house. And here's where the third door rescues the tired landlord directly. Say you had enough and you want to sell your rental. If you sell it the ordinary way, you close and the capital gains can land on you all at once, eating a huge slice of everything that the property ever earned you. But you can sell it and carry the financing yourself. You can become the bank for your own buyer. They pay you monthly, and the gain gets spread across the life of that note instead of detonating it at closing. And you've turned a building full of headaches into a monthly payment with none. Now I'm going to say this clearly, because it matters. I'm not your tax advisor. Please go and talk to yours before you do anything. But that mechanism is real and is one of the most overlooked exits a tired landlord has. So if this is landing, here's how people walk through the third door with us. And it's really one path at different speeds. If you're at the very beginning and you just want to understand this before you risk $1, that's exactly what the free 5-day challenge is for. And then there's the Quiet Wealth Income Builder, our 6-week guided experience that takes you from I think I get it to I've looked at real deals and I know what my first one looks like. Or when you're ready for a real step and you can invest passively alongside us at Ritzel Notes, where we manage everything and you just collect the money. This is open to investors here and internationally. Or maybe, if you're ready and you want full ownership and full control, the thing I was missing in those syndications, you can buy your first note yourself or with our guidance. The same door, you just choose how much you want to drive. Let me close by talking to two of you at once. If you've been here a while and you're still on the fence, stop waiting for permission. You already understand more about this than 90% of investors ever will. The thing between you and your first note isn't knowledge anymore. It's a decision. And if you're brand new, if this is the first time you've heard you could own the loan instead of the house? Welcome. Take the free 5-day challenge and spend 5 short days with me and see if this is the missing piece you've been circling for years. And then do me one favor, because this only works as a conversation. I've told you my mess, the cash negative years, the agent who vanished into restructure, the syndication that took us. Now I want to hear yours. If you've been a landlord who got burned, or a saver tired of watching the bank win, tell me in the comments. What happened to you? What's kept you stuck? I read them and I answer them, and if we figure this out together. Because I'm not here to teach at you, I genuinely want to learn what you're up against. The link to the free challenge is in the first line of the description and on your screen right now. 5 days. I'll see you on day 1.